Hey, what up, Star Wars gang? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Rule of Two podcast, a podcast about anything and all things Star Wars. As always, I'm your host, Sean. I have my amazing partner here with me, Aaron. Say hello to the peeps.
What up? Another week, another episode of Clone Wars, and another episode of the Rule of Two podcast. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good, man. Pretty good.
You holding up all right?
This social distancing thing sucks a bag of dicks. I got to tell you that much.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Having a beer or two turns into like 9 or 10 pretty quickly when you're hanging by yourself all the time.
Yeah, you have no fucking idea. Yeah, I mean, I kind of enjoy the whole working from home thing, though. That doesn't really bother me all that much.
That's dope. I hope that there's a trend towards that. I work from home myself all the time. So just in case that wasn't clear before, for the now 2,000 plus listeners that we have,
Woo woo.
which is dope. Thank you for tuning in each and every time we drop an episode. But yeah, working from home is great, and I like that more people are seeing the ways. It just kind of sucks. This isn't really like a normal work from home scenario for most people, right? They're coming home, they have their kids and all this other shit. They don't have their desks set up and all that. But
right. Like a lot of
the infrastructure is being built.
Yeah. The precedent's being set, which is nice. I'm really curious to see how this is going to change things once we're actually able to go back into like the office for those of us who don't work from home all the time. So that'll be interesting. But
dude, you know what we should do? I'm floating a new idea to you live on recording here. We should do a COVID-19 and Star Wars episode. The impact that COVID-19 is going to have on Star Wars. There's probably plenty of things. All the new shows coming up. So
yeah, probably
dedicate some time to that.
Yeah,
but
that and what's it called? Celebration. Who knows? That probably isn't
God.
going to happen anymore. Although
Probably
that's
not.
That's not till August. Maybe things will. I doubt things will change that quickly, but we'll see.
Hopefully. So, anyway, let's dedicate this time to Clone Wars, episode 6 of season 7.
Halfway through, man. Halfway through.
I know.
And
probably right. Did have they confirmed?
I mean, I'm just basing it off of IMDb.
I think we said yeah. Oh, you're right. We did look at that last week.
And last season was also only 12 episodes too, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was only 12. However, we really haven't seen that much exciting shit, dude.
Not a whole lot.
I'm like, I'm getting.
This was another filler episode. It seems like.
Yeah. I'm getting pretty bored. I'm not gonna lie. None of the things we talked about, like wanting to see, we have seen yet. So.
Yeah, I actually I saw this article on my Google Home or my like Google News page, and they had said, season 7 of Clone Wars shows why Rebels was the better of the two. And I'm not saying that necessarily because I need to rewatch probably all of both of them to really make that decision. But yeah, I mean, this has been a slow go. I guess we had the 4-episode story arc with the Bad Batch. Now we're going into a story arc with Ahsoka, and I don't know, just 12 episodes, not a whole lot of time. Let's get some movement.
Right, like there's not a lot that has happened or has been established so far. Like the whole Bad Batch thing just seems like, again, it was filler. We haven't heard or seen anything from them since. Like it's not really cohesive, at least yet. I mean,
yeah, and maybe that's why like some people had that almost the exact criticism with Mandalorian, saying that oh, nothing's really happening. It's like each episode's its own episode, sort of thing, which I loved, and I think probably was because of the fact that it was a brand new, the first ever live action TV show, and I'm like, yes, give me more of this.
Right, and the difference being that even though maybe each episode nothing like crucial to the overall plot line happened, each episode was still really dope and like captivating, and like it was well done. There was lots of action. It's definitely, I don't think you can compare the two.
Also, I think we know that this is ending, right? So we know there's a finite, this is what we have left. So let's fucking come on. Let's get going with this shit.
Right, and this is also during a time where we know a lot about what is going to happen. For the most part, right? Like we want to see all of those little details, those like in between things that we didn't get to see while seeing the movies, whereas like Mandalorian's a little bit more of an uncharted territory kind of deal.
Yeah, there's nothing
Yeah.
going on.
No, absolutely nothing.
All right, so
So
this episode, it was called Deal or No Deal, and spoilers: there, Howie
no,
Mandel did not appear.
no, it's called Deal No Deal.
Deal, no deal. Oh shit! Well,
Yeah,
don't I look like an idiot? They probably couldn't do it for legal reasons.
maybe.
Uh, yeah, but again, I guess my joke still sort of holds up about Howie Mandel. No, all right. The
Sure,
subtitle
sure, sure.
was "Mistakes are valuable lessons, often learned too late." Such a nugget of wisdom right there.
Yep, and plays directly into what happens in this episode.
Yeah, actually, we missed, or I think both of us missed what it was this time. I wasn't paying attention,
Yeah, me
and
neither.
so going back like right afterwards, I was like, "Oh, yep, that makes sense."
Yep, makes total sense.
All right, so
So,
let's start. What happened at the beginning of this episode?
let's see here. We Ahsoka and Rafa are doing
Trace,
what did I say? Rafa?
you said Rafa, yeah,
I meant Trace. Ahsoka and Trace are doing their mechanic bullshit. Trace is working on her ship. Ahsoka's helping her. They give the ship a name,
right,
which
right.
which was what?
Silver
Silver
Angel,
Angel. Yeah.
yeah. Uh,
And they give
Ahsoka was not too impressed with it. She was like, I guess you could still call it something else.
yeah, I think the general consensus of the episode was hey, you should probably keep thinking about the name of that
Yeah,
ship.
I liked what Ahsoka said. She asked Trace to name her bike. Like, why don't you name my bike while you're at it? And she's like, I did. Trash. Its name is Trash. And I was like, yes, I love that. So before that, also one other thing was, so they're working the mechanical shit, and Trace asked Ahsoka where she learned everything because she's from the top level. So how did you learn it? Like down here, we don't have shit. We pick it up on the fly, right?
Right.
And Ahsoka said that she learned it from Skywalker Academy.
Yeah, which and I said this while we were watching it, but like if you're trying to be incognito, maybe don't use the name Skywalker because it's not like it's an unknown name. Pretty famous
Yeah, like, do they
most
not have the
places that
internet?
you go.
I mean, okay, so say you don't know anything, and I come up to you and I say, "Oh," you're like, "Oh, where did you learn how to code and stuff?" I'm like, "Oh, Trump University." And you Google it, and you're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like,
Yeah.
this is associated with someone super popular. It's not even a real thing. I don't know. It's just not the best analogy, but
Yeah,
most
well,
analogies aren't that good anyway. But anyway, the point still stands. It's kind of like can't you not Google it? Star Wars, Google it.
I mean, yeah, and I think it's well established that Obi-Wan and Anakin were like famous during the Clone Wars.
Well, I don't
So,
know if that's necessarily like canon at this point. That was in a
uh
book.
that's a good point.
It was the excuse me. It was the Star Wars Episode 3 novelization. I remember specifically because I fucking love that. It was written by Matt Stover, and it was
Yeah,
awesome. And they at the beginning, it talks about how kids across the playgrounds across the galaxy were playing Obi-Wan and Anakin. They were this huge
that's
famous
that's right.
story,
That's
which
right.
didn't really play into the fact that they continued to name Luke Skywalker instead of Luke Lars or something. But that's a whole other conversation, I suppose.
That's a really good point, man. Why the hell, if you went into hiding, would he keep his last name? Like it wasn't Leia Skywalker. No, Leia Organa.
Yep, made
Why
way
wasn't
more
it?
sense
Why wasn't it Luke Lars?
because Luke Lars sounds stupid.
Well, I mean,
Anyway,
also
Trace.
once
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, once Darth Vader heard his name was Luke Skywalker, he just wasn't he immediately just like, oh, that must be my son.
Yeah,
Like what the
yeah. I mean, but you
like?
would think.
Interesting. Yeah, we could probably talk about that for a while. Anyway, so she says she learned this from Skywalker, whatever the hell Academy.
Skywalker Academy. Yeah, and then Rafa comes back and tells him about a new job that she has for him. Now, Rafa, I don't know. One thing I noticed here, I recognize the voice. It was, oh shit, I should have remembered her name. But from Orange is the New Black, the voice of Rafa is from that. That's a very
I've
weird tangent
seen
that I just went on there.
I've seen most of Orange is the New Black, but I when I looked her up, I didn't recognize her face.
She was like the mom of the Mexican lady that gets pregnant inside.
Oh,
Elizabeth Rodriguez.
okay.
Yeah, the face that they put on like her IMDb page, no, not the best. Not like I didn't know who it was at first. I had
Okay,
to like
okay.
look
Bad
through it.
picture.
So
Bad picture then. Okay.
yeah, it doesn't give a representation of what she normally looks like. But anyway, weird tangent there. That's Rafa. So she has a job that they're going to go on, and she enlists the Silver Angel at the behest of Trace because she actually hired a different pilot. But Trace is all like, "Yo, I'm this is the fastest ship." You know, everybody says their ship's the fastest ship.
Of course they do.
But it's not like this ship could run the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs. What do you
Well,
think?
I mean, we'll
Guess we'll
never
find
know.
out.
Well, yeah, we'll never know. I mean, we maybe will
We
know
may.
at some point.
Well,
Yeah, who knows? It's not going to be run in less than 12 parsecs by Trace. That's for fucking
that's
sure.
for sure. So, because Trace seemingly sucks, but before we get to that, this is something that we both pointed out while we're watching it. So they're leaving Coruscant. Ahsoka's going with them, and Ahsoka's like, "Yo, you can't get in this lane. This lane is for military traffic only." And you know, Trace, the poor pilot she is, doesn't anyway.
Yep.
And
Idiot.
they pass by what do they call them? Do they call them Star Destroyers now? I don't even remember, to be
Do you
honest with
know?
you.
You know what? I'm not really sure what they call them
I
what
mean, they're
before
like
they
the
became
precursor to the
Imperial.
Star Destroyer.
Right, right. They were like the Republic version of the Star Destroyer that they used during the Clone Wars before they were actually Star Destroyers that were like owned before they became Imperial. I don't know. That's a good question, man. I don't.
We should probably know that. We should look that up and edit it in so we don't look like
Yeah.
idiots. Uh, we're not gonna do that. But anyway, and so Ahsoka or sorry, Anakin is on that ship as
Hmm.
Ahsoka passes by, and it was very Return of the Jedi like, or Empire Strikes Back too. At the end, they kind of fly by, but we get this when they're traveling to Endor, and Luke is like, "Yo, Vader, my pops is on that ship."
Right, because Anakin is on this Republic ship as they fly past, and he clearly it's obvious that he senses Ahsoka, and Ahsoka senses him too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why when the admiral asked if Anakin wanted to stop it, he was like, "Nah, it's
Just
all
let it
good,
go. Right.
let it go."
If he hadn't have sensed Ahsoka, it might have been he probably been like, yeah, stop them, see what the fuck they're doing. Who the hell are these people? But because
Yes.
he felt Ahsoka, he was like, nah, it's fine.
So I guess they should be thankful that Ahsoka's on board.
Dude, you know what? These two, what are they? Martinez,
Something like
Rodriguez,
that.
whatever.
No, Rodriguez is the name of the actress.
I think it's whatever the fuck their name. The sisters. They're a couple of stupid, ignorant bitches, man.
They don't seem to know kind of what they're getting themselves into.
No, they're so dumb. They're so dumb. Like just watching this episode, like everything, like the assumptions they were making, the choices that happened. I'm just like, you guys are stupid, and you have no idea how lucky you are to have Ahsoka with you. Otherwise, you'd be fucked.
And they almost were. They went to speaking of Kessel, I brought up the Kessel run. They went to Kessel, and that was
Right.
interesting.
It was because when they landed on, like, when they get to Kessel, it looks very familiar because we've seen it in Solo, right? It's like the maelstrom or whatever, and
Hmm.
they have to fly through that. But when they land, it's like it's like gorgeous. It's like a paradise,
It's like I
right?
didn't know there was that much green in the galaxy.
Yeah, right, right. And it reminded me a lot of when what the hell is the name of that planet, dude?
Kashyyyk,
No, no, no,
the
no,
tree
no.
planet.
No, 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 not Kashyyyk. The one,
Oh, with Maz Kanata's planet or
yeah,
castle. Shit, I don't remember.
whatever the name. It reminded me of that, and I was like, this isn't what I remember Kessel looking like from what we've seen, which was interesting. But they land there, and they're like, they meet some sort of royalty to do this job,
Taco
right?
Donna. Damn it. Sorry,
Taco
it's Taco
Dana.
Donna. Yeah.
Ta-
Yeah, they
ta-
meet the what was it called? The Aruba family, I think. It looked like it was kind of a mixture. There was some Twi'leks in there, some humans at the table.
yeah, right, right. And the main dude they were talking to was this Twi'lek dude, right?
Apparently, the king of some sort. I don't know, king something. They kept referencing that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. There was something shady going on too with this spice that they were well, so okay. I guess I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but he wants them to transport some unrefined spice for him because they have a ship that's a little bit smaller and doesn't really fit the profile of most ships that make spice runs from Kessel, right? So,
Hmm.
but there was like shady going on about this spice and what they were using it for and shit. Because there was like that servant in the background who like
Dropped
drop.
the stuff. And they kind of had a look. The king and the guy.
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
right, right. I was like, that's
what the
interesting.
fuck
But
was
that,
that about?
yeah, that never came back around. But maybe we'll find out about it more during the next stupid fucking
Next
filler.
filler episode.
Yeah,
But Ahsoka started having her reservations there, saying things like, this is shouldn't run spice sort of thing. But obviously the person with the idea of keeping things above board, not wanting to do shit like that, right?
right.
Uh,
As soon as that king said he was like, I want you to transport unrefined, and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna say coaxium, but he didn't. He said spice.
no, he did
But
not.
which also makes sense because the
Spice Run, yeah.
Spice Mines of Kessel, the Spice Run. Yeah, that's like a thing.
Uh, and then let's see. So, one thing that I thought was kind of funny, that Ahsoka said, "Now this is the Kessel I remember from the stories when they're flying over to like where
Yeah,
the spice mines are and everything."
yeah. She like
And
literally took the words out of our mouth.
yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay, this looks like what I know of
Yeah.
with Kessel." I thought that was pretty funny. And then Trace saw a giant, group of people down. Well, a group of. She's like, "Oh, that's a lot of droids down there working." And so I was like, "Yo, I got some bad news for you. Those are not droids. Those are people."
Yeah, and I feel like we have heard that in like other shit, right? That like the Spice Mines of Kessel are like not some place you want to be.
Like you kind of go there to die, probably.
Pretty much, like if you get like punished, like sometimes you get punished and sentenced to like so many years working in the Spice Mines of Kessel.
Yeah, that
I,
seems
I,
very familiar. Is that from
I,
something?
I dude, it's gotta be. I can't remember from what, like, or which movie or TV show or whatever, but it's it's ringing a very familiar bell.
Yeah, people are probably listening to this like, "Oh, you fucking idiots! It's from so and
Yeah,
so."
probably,
But
whatever.
yeah, oh well.
That probably happens a lot.
Yeah,
But yeah,
probably.
so all these people are. It looks like hell.
It doesn't look fun. They're slaving away, doing bullshit, and Trace, the naive person she is, didn't even. She was like, "Well, no, the Republic wouldn't allow this. They would shut this down." And so it was like, "Yeah, you would think that they would, but they didn't."
That's just
Which kind of why she left.
right, right.
So they're using us for this fucking war when we're supposed to be keeping the peace, breaking shit like this up. And yet, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a reason she left, right?
So they get the spice and they gotta deliver it to the Pike Syndicate. The Pikes, I didn't really remember this. I had to Wikipedia this, but they were in previous episodes, about 4 episodes, I believe. They're a crime syndicate that they're supposed to deliver the spice to.
And I didn't remember these guys at all. Like we saw them, I'm like, oh, that's an alien
They're definitely
species I don't
cool.
think I've seen. They looked interesting. Yeah, they looked kind of cool. What was the planet that they went to? Do you know?
It might have been Pike. I don't know. Were they
The Pikes of Pike.
also? Yeah, maybe not, man. I don't know.
No, whatever. It doesn't matter. They go there to deliver this. Well, actually, before they're going there, right? And they
Yep.
get into Ahsoka and the sisters get into this argument about like where they finally find out where the spice is being taken to, and Ahsoka knows who the Pikes are because she's a Ahsoka and she knows a lot of shit about a lot of shit, right? And Rafa gets all suspicious. Dude, Rafa is just I do not like her.
She's bad news for Trace anyway. That's what I think. She's a bad influence on her sister.
Dude, she's bad news just to be around. I feel like at some point, like just being around her is not going to be good.
Yeah, and she's definitely having her suspicions of Ahsoka. Like, how the hell do you know all this stuff? Like, you're just a mechanic, and you happen to know who the Pikes are. You know all of this information. You fought off these people in the last episode. Like, you trained jujitsu for the last 30 years. You know, like, there's a lot of questions running through Rafa's head.
Yeah, she's getting suspicious for sure, but I also feel like Ahsoka's doing a decent job of keeping her at bay because she's like, "Oh, how do you know about all this stuff?"
She
And
always has an answer.
Ahsoka's just like, because I pay attention to the world around me, you fucktard."
Yeah, she always has some good comeback, and it's nice.
But and I mean, she's a Jedi, so of course she's gonna have some witty fucking shit. She always knows what right thing to say. But she finds out that they're taking him to the Pikes, and it's just like, not good. That's probably not a good idea. These guys are criminals. They're gonna fuck us over. Let's think of something else.
But Rafa's all like, "No, we're taking this. Like, what are you talking about? There's a lot of money at stake here. We have people that we had to pay back home." And Trace is just like, "Hey, I'll meet you guys in the middle, and I'll dump the spice. Then we're good."
Yeah, yeah. Ahsoka's like, no, we should deliver it to so it can make medicine and we can do something good. And then Rafa's like, no, we owe the Pikes money now because they're expecting this shit and we don't want to be in debt to them. And uh Trace is just like, oh, no one's taking my ship, so I'm just gonna dump it into fucking hyperspace so that we're all fucked.
Which didn't make much sense, and
No.
it kind of put them into a little pickle. So Ahsoka has to come up with a plan because she's obviously the smartest one.
It's
And her plan kind of sucked. I don't really understand what the plan was. Like, they weren't going to check it and then understand that the people that just delivered the spice um, cheated them, and they would be hunted down anyway. Anyway,
I
what was
mean
the plan? The plan was to essentially deliver empty cargoes of spice
I
and then
mean
use the force.
this is clearly a child's television series, and it's just becoming more and more apparent. I feel like the further we get into this season, there's really, I mean, it's not like that every episode, I guess, but there's some episodes of just like, why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense. But then you have to take a step back and be like, oh wait, this is an animated Disney show that kids watch, so it doesn't need to make sense. It
True.
doesn't really fucking matter. But
Very true. No, what was cool though, so the head of the pike, or not the head, some pike person, which I feel like I'm saying like a racial slur there. Kind of, I don't really like it. Um, but yeah, he was, telling them to give the spice over, and then Ahsoka used the force, almost exactly like, hey, give us the credits and go on about your day. So he hands over the credits, and they're
yeah,
about
and
to.
she was like standing right next to Trace when she was using Force mind
I thought she was
trick.
gonna hear it or like see
I
her.
Well, I kept looking at Trace to see if she was gonna like look over and give her a weird look, and I thought she kind of did a little bit, but then I was like, nah, probably maybe not. But how can you just literally stand right next to someone, wave your hand in the air, and say, "You want to give us the money and let us go on our way," and then
Yeah, it
all of a
wasn't
sudden,
subtle. It was like she was flicking a
huh,
fly away from her face or something.
yeah,
Like,
it wasn't subtle at all, and she was literally standing right next to her. So I don't know how she couldn't have noticed that. I don't know,
it was pretty
but
funny.
she did
It
it.
worked. It worked until the cohort of the head guy there was like, you know what, this isn't right. Let's check this shit out.
Which, of course, that was going to happen. Even if they got to the point where they got on the ship, they were going to open the fucking containers and go after them like shortly afterwards anyway.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I don't know really what Ahsoka's
I got.
made like overall plan was, but
I don't know.
didn't.
It almost went off without a hitch until it didn't. Which would, I mean, would it be Star Wars if the plan went off specifically the way it was supposed to every time? I don't think so.
No, obviously it wouldn't be.
So
Um,
they leave us off with episode 6 ending by the three amigos there getting trapped
yeah,
in a tractor beam, and we don't know what's going to happen next.
yeah, and that was it. Like
That's it.
that's how little happened in this fucking episode.
What?
Like,
So what do you think about this? What did they? What I think they're probably going to do? And I mean, I don't write stories or anything, so I guess I don't know. But they might be doing like 4 episode segments, right? And that kind of tie together towards the end, right? You got the first 4 episodes are about the Bad Batch. This is about kind of introducing Ahsoka back in and what she's up to, Then maybe the last 4 are going to be kind of tying everything together. I don't know if the Bad Batch is going to be there, but I do kind of miss
Hmm.
those crazy fucks. I'm not going to lie, at least
Interesting.
compared to what we have now. But
That's a I like that theory. I mean, I like that. Like that does make sense. And at some point, Anakin and Ahsoka are gonna have to be reunited, right?
I haven't
Like
wait to see Darth Maul yet. We have a lot. We have a lot
that's
going on.
that's true, and we know for sure we're gonna see him in Episode 11 based on the thumbnail that we see on IMDb.
Correct. Yeah,
Will we
discussed
see
that last week.
him before that? Will we see him
I don't know. Only two.
more than just
Like,
that?
if you think about it, I mean, if we'd only have like 2 episodes of Darth Maul, that'd be a bummer. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, again, so far this season is not shaping up to be that awesome. And which
Definitely
is
not. To me, the same quality of the last season.
I was
It's a
just gonna
bummer.
I was just gonna say that because season 6 was sweet. I
Yeah,
really liked season 6. It had a lot of good content in it, man. Lots of good juicy stuff. And this one is just kind of like not really living up to expectations so far. So I hope our boy Filoni is got some tricks up his sleeve and is going to be able to satisfy. I mean, how long has it been? I mean, they've had plenty of time to work on this shit.
it's true. They had a lot.
And they
Um,
announced this season like a long time ago. Like I
that
remember
is very true.
the initial announcement was like years ago. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a season 7, and then I just kept getting like pushed
Well,
back and pushed
it
back.
went through that like Clone War, that Save Clone Wars or Clone Wars Save,
Yeah,
like social media campaign.
that's right. I
Like
do remember that.
some rando, I'm pretty sure like some rando tweeted about it, and then it like kind of gained ground.
I do remember that vaguely.
All right, so next week, or sorry, I guess in a couple days, we're recording this on a Monday, coming at you late. Um, the episode will be Dangerous Debt, which makes sense now in context of where we're at. They have a dangerous debt with the Pikes that they're trying to escape from. Uh,
Yep.
you know,
I'm
so wait,
liking your
let's go with spoilers here. So spoiler alert in case you don't care to know what the next episode's about or who's in it or whatever. Next episode, there is nothing in terms of who's in the episode other than Ahsoka and the sisters. However, I did look at the following week's episode, which is called Together Again, which I do like. Is that
that's got to be Ahsoka and Anakin, right?
that's what I'm thinking. I don't see Anakin's name in here, but I do see Bo-Katan's voice. The actress that played Bo-Katan, Katie Sackhoff, she's going to be in this. So
Wait,
uh,
Bo Katan.
Bo-Katan is part of the like Mandalorian folks. She's the one that ends up.
Is she the one that has the dark saber?
She's not at this stage, no, but she's I think is the last person to have it that we
Uh,
see before in Rebels.
she's the one. What's her face? Doesn't wait. Who does Sabine give the dark saber to?
I thought it was Bo-Katan.
So Bo Katan's like a child.
Well, I don't know. I mean, she would be younger.
I guess I don't know how old she was in Rebels, but that's like a
She was decent. She was of decent age. Like, I mean, given this is 5 to 9 years, I would say she would be a teenager ish.
okay. I guess I don't, dude. It's been a while since I've seen Rebels. I don't even remember like what even she looks like. But that's interesting. That book. Wait, did you say Bo-Katan's going to be in the next episode or the one after that that
The
says together
following
again?
episode, the following,
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
So
Because
that's where we're at.
the dark saber's still in Darth Maul's hands, right?
I think he still has it at this point. I don't know. It's a good question.
At least it was when he fought Sidious.
Yeah,
I,
isn't that what he fought him with?
yeah, well, he had his like half lightsaber, and then he had because it was cut in half. I think at this point he didn't have a double one. He had his like half red one, and then he had the dark saber. I thought, or maybe he just
Yeah,
had the dark
he's
saber.
fighting him with the dark saber. I just googled it.
Okay, okay. So Darth Maul still has it at least that we know of, but we also see him in that thumbnail on IMDb with his double-bladed lightsaber back again. So really interested to see what's going on with that because we talked about this before. But when he battled Sidious, Sidious didn't kill him for a reason and said, I'm not going to kill you. I have plans for you. So there's something going on that we don't know about yet.
Oh man, I hope we get to see Sidious again. You think we will? Like
I,
in this season? I hope so.
dude, I fucking hope so, man. There hasn't really been like any awesome like Jedi moments
No, not like anything
at all.
crazy.
Like nothing. Like literally nothing. I mean, there was
There was that, I guess, Anakin taking on that giant spider droid thing. That was decently cool. Outside, and
yeah,
then
but we got that shit
Mace
all the
Windu.
time though in like the earlier seasons. Like they're always taking down giant fucking droids and shit.
Yeah, that's true.
We didn't get anything. We didn't get anything of the caliber. We haven't gotten anything caliber of which didn't get a ton of this anyway, but like the caliber of Sidious fighting
Oh, I mean, you can't put all right, that's like a high
Maul and
bar. You can't
Savage.
have it at that
Yeah,
high bar
yeah,
all the
you're
time.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
It would
You're
be
right.
cool
You're
if we
right.
did, but then it'd just be like the expectations would be way too high.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I maybe it's just our expectations are too high because we know it's the last season and
I think that's for me. That's probably most of what it is. Like, oh man, I want a lot out of it, and I'm super glad they're doing it. I am enjoying it. Like, I know there's a lot of negativity coming out of this a little bit, but I'm still really enjoying it. I wouldn't put it up there as my favorite season so far, but
no, not
it's
even.
I'm really glad it's back. That's for sure.
I mean, yeah, man, it's new Star Wars content. I mean, we can't really complain. I mean, at least I can't. I can't complain that much. I just like
And
that we've got something to watch.
and we've complained a lot about recent Star Wars. Let's get that straight. But and this is not of that caliber. This is much higher.
No. Well, I mean, because I feel like we also have the expectation that we take it what it is. It's an animated kids show. So we really can't expect a ton out of it. However, previous seasons there have been lots of episodes that have been real fucking gems, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, we just talked about Sidious already. We don't need to bring it back up again.
Sidious, and then the other one that comes out in my mind is the one where they go to that
Force
plant
teachers.
they go to the planet and it's like the father and the son and the daughter.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
No. You know what episode I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like that
I mean, that was
episode,
pretty dope.
yeah, that was a sweet episode. I think it might have been a couple episodes, but that one was awesome when Yoda goes to Korriban, whatever the fuck they're calling it now. He
Yeah,
sees
I don't remember what that was called. More band. Yeah,
Moraban. Yeah, it was like the end of
Planet in the
end of
Outer
the
Rim.
last season, and he sees Darth Bane. It's supposed to be Korriban, but for some reason they decided to change the name of the planet.
Yeah, this is the beginning sentence on Wikipedia. Moraban, known in antiquity as Korriban, was an Outer Rim planet. Like, why? Come
Why
on,
change it?
man.
What's the point? What's the point? Like, what did you gain
Fuck.
from changing that? Everybody knows it. Not everybody, but the people who know it as Korriban. The people who don't know it anyway. So just fucking call it Korriban.
Trying to be edgy.
Stupid. It's just like changing shit just for the sake of changing shit. What the fuck?
All right, man. I think that's gonna wrap it up this time around. Did you have anything else you want to discuss
I mean,
around this? I had nothing else. I mean, waiting
there's,
for next week.
there's lots of
Eagerly
stuff.
waiting episode 7.
There's lots of stuff to discuss. Might be our shortest episode we've done in a long time.
I think our last one was about as short.
Was it?
About 30 minutes. Yeah.
I mean, I guess the Clone Wars episodes are short in general, so there's
Yeah.
not
Once you
much to talk
yeah.
about. No,
So
man,
we'll
I,
see.
I don't have anything else. I mean, I'm excited about. I'm just want to see the next episode. Hopefully, it's not more filler shit and something actually exciting happens.
Yeah, and we'll have to do another episode, just like an off Clone Wars topic episode. We haven't done one of those in a while, so.
We haven't, and there's some stuff to talk about. Like, have
And
we?
we still have one in the backlog too. We have the episode about Galaxy's Edge that we haven't released it yet, so we have that.
Oh shit, we haven't released that one.
Mm.
Have we even talked about the whole Ahsoka thing in Mandalorian yet?
Yeah, we talked about it last week at the
Did we?
beginning.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll talk about that some more, I'm sure.
Yeah,
All right, man.
I think that about wraps it up for us this week. Everyone, thanks for listening in. Be sure to tune in again next week when we break down episode 7. Hopefully a more exciting episode to take a deep dive into, but shoulder shrug, I don't know. We'll see.
I'm sure we'll. We're closing on the end. They're going to wrap it up just like we are, in a much better way than we are this actual episode. You know what I'm saying?
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. Catch us on Twitter, Facebook at RoTKast with a K. Email us. I don't think we've gotten a single email yet, Aaron, have we?
Yes.
We have gotten an email. I take that
I don't
back.
know. I don't check it, but we will
Oh,
check it from here on out.
We're clearly not doing our jobs that well. Email us, Facebook, Twitter. Thanks for listening.
RoTKast everything. RoTKast.
Boom.
All right, guys.
Catch you guys on the flippity flop.
Later.
Peace.